First things first, Danny. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Obviously happy to be here in Amsterdam. I've been coming for like 4 years now, and this is the shortest amount of time I'm here. I'm here for 24 hours, so I'm just trying to do as much as possible, see as many people as possible, and yeah, see what I can do in that amount of time.
What's one of your fondest memories of Amsterdam Dance Event?
The fact that I don't have any because I just party too much. No, I'm joking. No, it's I think. Let me think. I think last year going to this club called Digital.
Mm-hmm.
You know that club? It's like a big warehouse, and it was just such a surprise because it was such an incredible venue. Went to see Dusky play there, and yeah, that was a big night out. And that's what I love about coming to AD, because it's everyone's here and it's all about business, but there's also some incredible parties as well. So.
Is it then a social thing, or is it also inspiring in terms of what you do?
Definitely inspiring. I think there's a few points in the year where everyone seems to be in the same place, and it's at those points when you sort of connect, and it sort of ignites you to think, okay, I want to do better, or I want to collaborate with this person, or I want to do business with this person, or play at this club, or whatever. And I think that's important that we all get together, because we're behind emails and laptops and traveling around so much that occasionally we do need to have that like human connection, I guess.
Sure. So who is one act that you are looking forward to seeing this weekend, or these couple of days?
Well, because I'm only here for such a short amount of time, this is the only night I've got to actually see anybody, because I'm playing myself for 2 hours. It sort of limits where I can go. So I'm playing at Chicago Social Club with MK and Hannah Wants tonight. I'm playing back to back with Camel Fat, which I'm really excited about, because I love those guys. They're from the UK and they're absolutely killing it at the moment. So UK house for 2 whole hours. Can't wait for that. And then probably go across to Pete Tong's party. He's got an incredible lineup over there. So yeah, just about seeing as many people as I possibly can.
And are shows that you play here, are they different than normal shows? Do you prepare differently because there are so many people from the industry and peers?
I guess so. I think it's a good opportunity to play a lot of new music, a lot of my own stuff that I'm still working on, testing that out, and also records that I'm releasing on my label. So you'll hear a lot of that in my set tonight, definitely.
What is one track you are working on now that you might play?
Well, I haven't got a name for it because it's still not finished. So there's like track 1, V5, so just unknown.
So are shows like these then testing grounds to see what works? And
definitely, yeah. I'd say so, but I think because it's a more industry as well, it's good to get that opinion from sort of people in the business, as well as, because it's different if you're in Ibiza, for example, and you test it out on a crowd who are there just to go raving and for the music, where you sort of get a different perspective with sort of your industry colleagues. So.
Well, before we continue into the music that you've been making recently, I'd like to go back to the beginning quickly.
Of course.
Do you remember the first album you ever bought?
I don't know, it's probably quite embarrassing. I don't know how to say it. It's like, I think it's like a Now album or something, like a really bad pop one.
Or maybe one that sticks out from early on. Well, one that you've kind of fell in love with and played all over.
I don't remember the first one, I have to be honest. I can't remember.
What about, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Like, was there any dance compilations? What was that one, Global Underground, Ministry of Style and stuff like that?
Yeah, the annual always, yeah. That's a great shout. In fact, that was probably one of the first ones. It was like mixed by like Boy George or someone random. Like honestly, yeah. So like the Ministry of Style annuals always obviously packed with all the biggest dance tunes. So I'd say them. Good shout. Yes, Sophie.
What age was this?
Probably start of high school. Yeah, do you know that answer? No, I must have started in high school, so maybe like 12, 13 years old.
And at this point, what role did music play for you?
I was just a music fan. Like I wasn't DJ. I didn't actually start DJing until I was 19. I believe that I started quite late. I always wanted to do it, but never actually did it. It wasn't until I was at university and had a lot of free time on my hands because I failed a year. I had to resit, but only one module. So I was only in on like a Friday afternoon, so it meant I had the whole week just to do nothing really, and then eventually when sleeping until 2 o'clock in the afternoon got a bit boring, I was like, right, I want to do something, and taught myself how to DJ, and it just started from there really.
Did it come easy to you?
No, just a lot of practice.
Okay.
I borrowed my friend's turntables, so I was learning on vinyl, and he knew I was rubbish, and I was rubbish, couldn't mix, and I just kept practicing, and then the friend who lent me the vinyl decks came to my house about a month later, and I was like, Adam, watch this, and I did like this perfect mix, and he was like nearly fell off his chair. He's like, how do you do that? I was like, well, it's just practice, of course.
And how long did it take you to kind of develop your own sound, or to make stuff that you thought was good?
I think I'm still trying to, like, because I've released like some stuff that's more big room. I've released some stuff that's more housey, a bit deeper. I think because of my radio show, I play a bit of everything. I'm not sort of tied to one specific genre or style. I guess that's why I don't feel like limited in what I release as well. So yeah, just making things that I like, and put it out and hope people like it.
Well, that's quite an interesting point, because as a radio DJ, perhaps your approach or the way you consume music is a little bit different than other DJs and producers. So
100%.
So how do you kind of take in everything that you hear and
I think I've got quite a broad taste, so that obviously that helps. And I've also got to be mindful that when I'm playing music on the radio show, I've got to be reflective into the different, the people that are listening, because they're all going to have different tastes. They're not all going to like the same thing. So trying to appeal to as many different people as possible is always what I've got in the back of my mind when I'm programming the radio show. So yeah, and also it keeps it fun. Like, you know, if you're just playing like tech house for 2 hours, it just could get a bit boring. But it's just mix it up a little bit. And
but like you say, you have this eclectic taste, and but when you start producing your own music, and then like you say, it's also very diverse. What determines what comes out? Is it your mood? Is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I did this remix which is not coming out. You know what I'm going to talk about. And I sampled these like animal noises. It sounds really dodgy. And at the time I thought, this is like fresh. And then the next day, sent it to my manager Sophie. She was like, what is this? And then the next day I listened to it and I was like, okay, yeah, maybe that was a bit of a stupid idea. But yeah, I think like, but seriously, it does depend. Like, I did a remix of Return, Rinse and Repeat at the start of this year, which was a bit more Armor Van Helden, like big drums, a bit more tribal. And then I did a remix of Jax Jones' Housework, which is a bit more techie. Again, I can play them all in my sets, just depends.
And do you always have in the back of your mind the live shows?
When I'm DJing?
When you're producing?
Yeah, of course. I think if you're producing music that you can't play in your club sets, then, you know, why? What's the point? You want to be able to play it out live.
Well, because as a radio DJ, you also play a lot of music that isn't necessarily.
Yeah, I suppose I get your point actually. Yeah, no, I'm making music that I want to play in the clubs.
Sure.
And if and occasionally might play it in the radio in the mix or something, but I'm not trying to make any pop records.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And I saw, I think it was a picture.
Oh God, this could be
or
anything.
something. No, it's all right. On Facebook, it said dancing is the side effect of good music. So is that?
It's true.
But is that what you look for in not only your own music, but the music you play in your radio show as well? That people have to be able to dance to it.
Definitely. I think my DJ sets, like, although varied in style, the one thing that has to be there is like the energy to, you know, make people want to dance, because that's why we go out, you know. It'd be a bit weird if we're all like just standing still, for my type of music anyway. So yeah, definitely.
And you're on this side of the decks now. Do you get the chance to experience music as a consumer, as a quite often, or is it?
Yeah, because I want to go and check it out.
Okay.
I think it's important to. That's one way of like hearing new music, because obviously the internet now allows everyone to have access to, you know, new music. So one way to get ahead is going to see different DJs that you like. But I do find it quite weird.
Okay.
Like being on the dance floor, I do find it so weird. But yeah, I do occasionally when I can.
What is the last good thing that you saw that made you dance?
let me think now, where have I been out? I wanted to say DC10, remember the opening party, Circle Loco. That was right at the start of the Ibiza season. Because I'm always DJing all summer, so busy, I don't get to have like huge blowouts, and this was like full on 12 hours, took me 3 days to recover style like night out, and it was just incredible. Everyone who was playing that night, remind me who was playing that night. Seth Troxler, Jamie Jones wasn't on that night, was he?
Everyone, wasn't there?
Yeah.
No, no.
Oh, so closing.
John Talbot, no, opening.
Yeah, John Talbot.
Gerd Jansen, DVS1, Damien Lazarus, Martinez Brothers. It's like it's proper, it's amazing.
But you make an interesting point because obviously you are quite busy. So is it important to have some time off every once in a while just to blow off some steam and just to kind of get your mind off it?
100%, yeah, definitely. Sometimes the answer isn't to go out to a club.
Sure.
Sometimes it's just, you know, chill at home.
Sure.
Like, sometimes I enjoy just sitting on the sofa and watching TV, which sounds boring, but because I never really get to do it, it's like quite nice to do that sometimes.
And finally, there's one more thing that you mentioned, that you started when you were 19, which is relatively late if you compare it to nowadays.
Well, yeah, I mean, Martin Garrix is like 20 and he's just been announced the world number one DJ, you know?
Exactly, and I saw a couple of signings of 16, 17-year-olds. Do you think it's a good thing that young people are kind of elevated that quickly?
Definitely, if they've got the talent, then I don't think age should hold them back. Yeah. And Martin's proved that, so yeah, it's good.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
No, thank you.